Hey, everybody. Thanks for popping in on this Tuesday afternoon. So, I figured we'd talk a little bit about this wisteria stuff going on. It seems to be picking up speed. We have Kyle posting about wisteria, Heidi, the waitress from the Double R, also talking about wisteria. So, I think it begs the question: Is what is wisteria? What is Recorded Night? Is it a spin-off? Is it just a code name for a new Twin Peaks? What is this? Um, so feel free to leave comments. We'll have an open discussion. I'd like to open these more up in the future to people to come on and give their opinions. If I could figure out how to make this more like a radio show, I'd be cool with doing that. Just so you guys know, we are streaming all over the place. So if I'm answering questions, it seems like um, you don't know where these questions are coming from. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Periscope, and we're on Twitch. So we're streaming all over the place just so we get as many people in on the conversation as possible. I'm just making sure everything is going smoothly. All right, looks like we're good there. Everything seems like it's going. All right. So I'm going to have the Facebook up because I don't know if those questions pop in. So if you're on the Twin Peaks Universe Facebook group, you can leave questions and I'll be able to see them. I have it up right now. So let's get into it. Um, yeah. So the first kind of hint that there was something going on goes back a couple months ago. I believe it was some kind of production publication first started talking about how David Lynch basically got back or acquired the rights to Twin Peaks Productions, who created Fire Walk with Me, and The Return, and On the Air. And that I think happened around February, maybe mid-late February. So the two production companies that are being listed with Wisteria / Unrecorded Night are A2K Productions Incorporated and Twin Peaks Productions Incorporated. Now, this is a lot of this information I am getting from welcome to twinpeaks.com. They're a pretty good aggregate for this kind of stuff. And I kind of just wanted to start you guys off with some of that information so we could open up into a bigger conversation. Obviously, we have producer Sabrina Sutherland and writer and director David Lynch, as well as Peter Deming being the director of photography, the DP, which is awesome. Love Peter Deming. But no word of Mark Frost just yet. So not sure what's going on there. Let's see. There'll be a few comments coming in. Everybody, please, you could dump in those comments now. We'll address them throughout the video. We'll be on for a little bit. Well, I'm saying my take is it's possibly something totally unrelated to Twin Peaks, but they will be calling it Twin Peaks nevertheless. Possibly. Norman says Carrie Page's series. We want it now. So one of my old theories was that anything that has to do with Laura or Carrie Page might be a movie, and anything dealing with Cooper would be a TV show, and that would be more kind of traditional, I guess. You could say Twin Peaks, although I don't know if traditional is exactly the right word. So I don't know. There's a part of me that thinks maybe these Wisteria or Unrecorded Night are just code names for the next project, the new project. And then there's parts of me that thinks it is two separate things. And one of them, I think, being a Carrie Page show or movie, rather. But I don't know. It's all still fresh. But what we do know, it seems for sure at this point, no official announcement yet. So just putting that out there, no official announcement yet. But it seems like we are getting something new from David Lynch and Twin Peaks Productions, with a lot of the people that were, at least a couple of the people that worked on Twin Peaks previously, at least returning once more. And it actually says in this kind of sheet that came out, I think in November, that Unrecorded Night, and then it has Wisteria in parentheses, is going to be a series on Netflix. So this doesn't seem to be a Showtime thing. David Lynch acquired the rights to Twin Peaks, so now he could go wherever he wants and do whatever he wants with it. I don't know what the relationship is going to be like with CBS and Showtime. No idea. But it seems like it is going to be a 13 episode series. Not really seeing too much other stuff, other info. It's very just, technical. This is who's doing this, legal stuff. But it seems to be all now owned by David Lynch, which is good to see. Now it seems like he's in control of this property to an extent, and it's going to be 13 episodes on Netflix. And there's something interesting here. I don't know if I could. Let me see if I could share this with you guys. Again, this is just stuff that is on welcome to twinpeaks.com, so you could always look it up. Not pulling this thing from nowhere. All right, let's see. Yes. So let's see if I could get this more of a full screen. Maybe that's as good as we're going to get. Yeah. So we have episodes 1 through 10 here on this first kind of part of the sheet. And then we have the second part here. Unrecorded Night, episode 11, and 2 other unpublished works. Unrecorded Night. Yeah, so I'm wondering what this means. If anybody knows what that might mean, please let me know. It's saying episode 1 and 9 other unpublished works, and I'm not sure exactly what that means. If that just means scripts or something that they haven't dealt with yet. I don't know. That's some of the data or information that we have from welcome to twinpeaks.com. So something's definitely happening, and it looks like they are filming beginning of May, sometime in May. I believe there was an actual date. I can't see it now. May 2021. It seems like that's when filming starts. So that might have been kind of what Lynch was alluding to in the weather reports a little while back. Maybe wasn't able to actually say anything yet, but seems like things are happening. Wilton's saying, what I mean is this: the classic Twin Peaks is never getting back, no matter how good the next thing is and how the creators try to connect these things, and Frost is not a part of it. Yeah, no, if that original Twin Peaks is very of the era, it's going to stay there. I don't think we're ever going to get that back. I don't even know if that's a different question. That's more of a subjective question. I don't know if some people might want that back, might want that traditional Twin Peaks. Some people are cool. Like I really like The Return, and I like Fire Walk with Me. I like that style to continue. But for me, I'm very happy that David Lynch is in charge, more or less, with Sabrina Sutherland, and they could kind of rein it in and make some of the decisions. And Netflix, I imagine, threw a big ton of money at them. I hope so David Lynch can get dreamy, as he likes to say, and we might get something that's even better than The Return. I know a lot of people are kind of not crazy about it. Some of them like it, some don't. People really don't like it, but I enjoyed it. Anna's here. Hello, Anna. What's up? Yeah, so it looks like Unrecorded Night and Wisteria are the same thing, more or less, we're not the technical things are not totally clear. Just going by these little bits of information. Hopefully, everything goes according to schedule, and they're already casting, and things can happen. But it begs the question, and that's the question of the stream: is Unrecorded Night and Wisteria Twin Peaks? Is it something new using a lot of the cast? Thomas is here. Thomas. Hello, it's funny. I'm into anything David does, but more than anything, I want more Twin Peaks. Yes. And it says, oh, I missed some news because I have no clue what you're talking about. Fair enough. We're talking about the potential. It seems like there is going to be new David Lynch stuff. And it is being produced by A2K Productions, who I'm not super familiar with, and Twin Peaks Productions Incorporated, which did the movie, did the return and On the Air. So that doesn't necessarily mean it's new Twin Peaks. It is just the name of the production company, but it seems like it's likely to be something similar. I'm not sure what A2K is either. It is the name of the other production company that's going to be working on Unrecorded Night and Wisteria, apparently. So yeah, we're getting something. Now, not sure when or where. Most likely Netflix, unless there's some deal worked out with CBS and Showtime. I don't know. I don't know about any of that stuff. I don't know if they're still even in partnership talks. I don't know what's going on with that. So this is super interesting. I'd like to think it's more Twin Peaks. I've talked before or I've mentioned before, one of my theories is, episode 18 of The Return was the start of a brand new show, Richard and Linda, Carrie Page. It is maybe, a new universe, a split timeline, if we're doing timelines, or maybe this is just a complete different thing. They just went, if you want to go with the more meta idea, they went into a different show completely. This is just a different show. It's not Twin Peaks anymore. It is Unrecorded Night, or it is Wisteria. And they're just in that, and you might see a lot of familiar faces. Kyle MacLachlan, maybe Heidi from the Double R, maybe she works at Judy's now. I don't know if we're doing that. Obviously, this is all hypothetical, theorizing, hypothesizing. Anna's saying, whatever it is, I bet it's confusing. I don't know. We'll see. It might. I was talking to Cameron from Obnoxious and Anonymous yesterday. He was theorizing that it might be an anthology series. Since it is short, we got 18 parts with The Return. This is only 5 less. I don't know how long these episodes are going to be. They might be an hour if there's 13 episodes. So 5, if they are an hour piece, it's 5 less than The Return, which is still a lot of David Lynch to get at this point, especially when a lot of us weren't sure if we'd be getting any more anyway. And then the pandemic happened. There were talks that something was supposed to happen, and then it's been over a year, so we don't know. Thomas is saying the Breaking Bad movie went for a year or two with The Secret Name Greenbrier. Could be the same thing here. Yep. I mean, yeah, a lot of these productions use secret names. It is fun to sort of just play around and think, oh, is this Twin Peaks? Is this something new? We have enough information to speculate and have a fun conversation, at least, without saying definitively this is Twin Peaks or this is not Twin Peaks. This is something else. And we know in Lynch world, both could be very true. It could be Twin Peaks in a lot of ways, but it could be something completely new, and unrelated to that world, but have a lot of the similar elements and maybe even characters, or at least faces. It's going to be very interesting to see who from Twin Peaks world plays a part in this. Obviously, Kyle posted the picture of Wisteria, which is interesting. Somebody in the Twin Peaks universe group mentioned the color of Wisteria is purple, sort of a balance, kind of like Dr. Jacoby's, red and blue lenses. You put those together, you get purple. So that could be an indicator into what this world is going to be. It's less, and maybe it's more gray, I would say, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts? Let me know in the comments. We have about 20 people watching from all over the internet. I don't know where everybody is. We have a couple from Facebook, a couple from Twitter and Twitch and YouTube. So please share your comments if you have any, and we could discuss this more, and hopefully we could do a more in-depth video pretty soon. I'd like this to be more of an open conversation instead of me just kind of going on about what I think it is, just so I can include y'all on these videos. Some of you guys have way better insight than I do on these things. So let's see. Is there anything else we didn't touch on? Yeah, welcome to twinpeaks.com. Mentioned something about Unrecorded Night is also a translation for the Old English word Nitskada or nightshade, which I think is an interesting interpretation of Unrecorded Night. But Lynch likes to do that, so I could totally see that being a thing. He likes to play with words and how words sound. I think most Lynch fans know about his relationship with language. A lot of us have watched The Alphabet, one of his earlier shorts. If you have not seen Alphabet, go and watch that. Cameron's here. I pray to God every night that a certain ex-nun is not in it. I mean, I don't know. We haven't. Heather Graham has been pretty quiet, and on anything Twin Peaks. Thomas is saying I'm still waiting for an official announcement before getting too excited. Yeah, I'm with you. It seems more definitive, but we don't exactly know what it is. The only thing that seems encouraging is that they are calling it episodes. They're calling it episodes, Unrecorded Night episode, and that we have a director of photography working on it. So I think that's a little bit more telling. So it's not going to be like a radio show, and it seems like this is a production with Netflix. So it's likely to be a show. I don't see Netflix working on some other kind of production, whether it be an audio drama, I don't know, a book. I think it's going to be a show, whatever it is. It's going to be a show. I don't want to say it's going to be Twin Peaks 100%. But I think it's going to be something on a screen, most likely. So that's the thing that gives me the most. It's the most encouraging for me. We have Sabrina working on it. We have David working on it, and we have Peter working on it. So it's not bad. It's a good crew, and we know that he was up there a couple. I want to say pre-pandemic, taking pictures up in Snoqualmie, North Bend. Could have been just, likes it up there, maybe just on vacation. Never know. Twin Peaks fans, we like to over-examine things. We have a comment from Periscope. Hello. Did you see that Sabrina Sutherland liked Wisteria post through David Lynch's Instagram? I did not see that, and that's also interesting. There's definitely things happening. I wouldn't say Twin Peaks is happening again. I don't know. I'm not going to say anything definitively, but it's going to be Twin Peaks adjacent. That's what I would say. Remember Sabrina's Skype meeting? Jason S. was there. He's documenting this. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be interesting. I bet Netflix is going to want content, their content crazy. They'll probably want to do something like Disney Plus is doing, where they'll have the show, they'll have a making of the show, they'll have like mini interviews. They're very good about that. That's very new media kind of way to do thing. You have the show, and the show is only a small part of the marketing and the media creation for these new series. You want one piece of content to expand over 20. And you see that with a lot of YouTube channels where, they'll post one long video and then chop it up into 14 different ones. just to have a constant stream of content going. So I think Netflix is also very good about that, and I think we'll see a lot of maybe small documentaries behind the scenes. There's going to be a lot of cool stuff that comes with this too, I think. I can't see there not being anyway. Excuse the double negative. Thomas is saying it could as well be David sawing logs for 10 hours. I mean, if he has room to get dreamy, we could just, the first episode could just be a time-lapse shot of wisteria growing. And then the second episode, we could be, sawing logs. It might just be mood pieces. I don't know. And with Peter Deming on, he'll make anything look beautiful, and I'm sure we'll eat it up. ADG RMT saying, and how likely do you think Mark Frost's contribution will be in this new project? This is the only thing that's making me think it's not Twin Peaks proper, because Mark Frost was, he was involved with The Return, and his name has not really been seen with Unrecorded Night and Wisteria. So that's why I'm a little bit hesitant to say this is, definitely Twin Peaks. I could totally see it be a spinoff. I feel like that's a little bit more likely, or at least a Lynch spinoff, where we could have these split universes. And I was talking to Cameron about this yesterday, where we could have like Lynch's Twin Peaks or Lynch's Unrecorded Night, and he could run off with Kyle and Cheryl Lee and whomever, and go and make this new version and tell these new stories with actors he knows and loves, and they'll get a paycheck, and they'll be able to play similar characters and also do something new with it. Kyle got the chance to do that with The Return. He had to play, Mr. C, getting to play Dougie to an extent. I mean, I'm sure it's not easy to play sort of a Dougie, but it's also silly. So it'd be cool to see Lynch play around with these characters and actors that, we're familiar with seeing in Lynch productions, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like Frost is involved with this iteration, whatever it is. Jamie's here. Hello. Hey, Joey, dropping in to leave a like. Exciting stuff happening. Let's hope that means we're going to get just a bit more Twin Peaks. Maybe it might not look like stuff we've seen before. It might actually look like it because Peter Deming's there and he's been kind of working on Twin Peaks for a while, but it's going to be interesting. And it seems like we might still see some familiar faces. To what capacity, I don't know. But it's exciting nonetheless. You got that right. Take the Ring is here. What is up? Frost has confirmed he is not involved at all in whatever Lynch thing is coming. Yeah, seems that way. I don't think he's going to be involved. I would like to see more Frost books if that was a thing. If he wants to continue that story from the dossiers, or at least continue the story from The Return onward, if he can. It depends what actually happened in the last episode of The Return. Like I said again, it felt like that was the beginning of a different show completely. I mean, they literally we could kind of go back and forth on this all day, and I'm not saying my understanding of it is definite or anything, but the way I interpreted it was that this is a new world, this is a new show. These are whoever they were when they came in here. That is not who they're going to end up being as time progresses. And Cameron reminded me yesterday that Lynch or Gordon Cole says, or I think Cooper says, I don't remember exactly, but he'll remember the original. So that's interesting. It seems like maybe that will play a factor into this if it is an alternate world, timeline, whatever the hell this is going to be, alternate show, spin-off, because you could say spin-offs are kind of alternate worlds where there's a shift in the attention from one character to another, because I could totally see this being Carrie Page at the center instead of Cooper, which would be super interesting, and I'm totally down for more Cheryl Lee as Carrie Page. Want to see that character really brought out. Jamie's saying even if it's not Twin Peaks related, I'm down for some new Lynch. This is the thing. I think Lynch and Frost and Sabrina really gave themselves a little bit of a sandbox to play in with how the return ended. They could really take it anywhere they wanted. And I think Lynch likes to have that room to be creative. He wants, room to dream, so to speak, as we know he likes to say. And we hear that phrase a lot in relation to Lynch. So the best way you could do that is make things under a banner, use the characters people know and love, or use familiar faces, and kind of tell a similar style of story with a lot of similar elements, and just kind of do something completely new with them. And this new whatever this is, so it's exciting nonetheless. The final dossier said Gordon will remember, but his forgetting could have been a dig. Possibly. I mean, it seems like I don't totally remember. It's already been a couple of years since I read the books, but could totally be. Could totally be forgetting, even if he is the one to remember. So it might be like a race to get to Gordon, so we could kind of put the pieces back together. I don't know. It's very exciting. If this is like a spinoff to try to get back to Twin Peaks, not even just the location, but the mood in general and kind of that world, that their home, you could say, it would be interesting. And I think Cameron brought up the potential for it being Unrecorded Night, being the things that happened in between, during the return, kind of touching on things that happened. But I don't know. Again, this is all speculation. This is all just what we think is going to happen. Of course, it's exciting to get anything new in Lynch world, especially post-pandemic. I think it'd be a lot of fun to bring some new Lynch into the world. Gets me pretty excited for maybe the latter half of the year or early 2022, depending on how long it takes to edit these things and film and put everything together. We'll see. But I think I'm going to leave it there. We're already on a half hour. Did not think we'd go this long, but if you ever want to participate in one of these videos, please let me know or comment below, and maybe we could have you on in a future video to talk about these things. Again, I only know so much. I only have so much insight, so maybe somebody could remember things I don't, that kind of add more context to these videos and these topics. So if you're ever interested in coming on, please let me know. But I think I'm going to end it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be on the lookout for new Lynch news. Feel free to send anything my way that you think would make a cool video. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a nice week.